you told me, but it's alright. Baby, when you're all alone in your room, the time still wants you to. I don't really mind. I don't really mind. Oh, baby, when you're all alone in your room, the time still wants you to. I don't really mind. I don't really mind. Say you'll never love again. I guess we're just stuck as friends, and this is how it always ends. Say you're tired of running around, you don't play pretend, and you say you'll never love again. I guess we're just stuck as friends, and this is how it always ends. Say you're tired of running around, you don't play pretend, nah, you don't play, nah. That is in a one night. Guess that we're just stuck as friends, and this is how it always ends. You don't wanna play pretend, you don't wanna do it. Is this what love feel like? Maybe you could tell me you've been here before. You right? Never been B-double-O-D'd up before. Bring your ass home when you feel you need more. Wish time could just stand still. When you come out tripping, following in my footsteps, got me looking for plan B's and what's next. Then I remember it's you, girl. Used to think that all I needed was new girls, and now I'm here drooling, loving every pic of my phone that got you in it. Double tap zooming it. I just don't think I ever been here before. Got me feeling like I'm red light sprung, like got me kissing at the red light sprung. Pulling over, turn off all of my headlights sprung. Y'all could go ahead, I'm sprung. Feel this till I'm dead, I'm sprung. Like kissing at the red light sprung. Pulling over, turn off all of my headlights sprung. Y'all could go ahead, I'm sprung. Feel this till I'm dead, I'm sprung. She real humble, but to me you know this stunting is a habit. I ain't never kill nobody, I ain't nothing like my daddy. Got two twin beamers and an ex, probably drive a Mustang. Bought a Prada Chase chump change, baby. I could tell as many lies as I want to. Get fake mad and pretend I don't adore you, and we can stop if you want to. Got me feeling like I'm red light sprung, like got me kissing at the red light sprung. Pulling over, turn off all of my headlights sprung. Y'all could go ahead, I'm sprung. Feel this till I'm dead, I'm sprung. Like kissing at the red light sprung. Pulling over, turn off all of my headlights sprung. Y'all could go ahead, I'm sprung. Feel this till I'm dead, I'm sprung. Like
Hello and welcome to the 5th round of the Coast to Coast Amateur Outdoor Championship presented by East Coast Dirtbags and MXB Factory. I am Dylan Carlson alongside Sean Hardy, and we're going to be calling all the racing action from Rancho Cordova, California, otherwise known as the Hangtown Classic. Sean, how are you doing tonight, buddy? You're muted, buddy. If I can't hear you. You there?
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
I'm a little bit hungover, so the brain's working a little bit slow today. But I'm excited for some racing.
Yeah, me too, man. Like I cannot stress it enough, dude. It's been an absolute dandy of a championship calling the racing each and every week. And you know what? Let's talk about last week a little bit. We had to High Point, Mount Morris, and man, like it seemed like it was going to be a tough track for those guys to navigate, especially with the ruts and how technical and rough it gets. But a lot of change up in the points lead. Matter of fact, we our series leader, Seymour, didn't even qualify for the A main, along with a laundry list of other series contenders like Hot Shot, who has a moto overall win, or not a moto overall win, but a race overall win. That's going to allow Ruts to take the points lead, and his teammate Slow to slot himself into that 2 spot. So,
and it's been a tough sledding for some of those guys, and it's tough for some people, but I think it's really cool that you run 2 different series of tracks, because not only do you have to be fast on the AMA tracks, but you also have to be fast on the GP tracks and vice versa, and that's starting to show now later in the season.
yeah, and especially, like, we all know, like, we saw the race last week, we had dominating performances from Gio, RC14, Jeremy, a little bit of some questionable actions by Jeremy early on in that second moto and even the first moto, but it was a great day of racing. We saw some newcomers show up for the series and kind of make their mark a little bit. But realistically, like, we're looking at the guys that have been hunting for championship points, like Ruts, like Slow, like Dino, like Mango, and even still, like Seymour and Hotshot, not making the A main and not able to capitalize on those points. Like, man, it's a tough one to watch for sure. But also, I mean, if you're in the 223 camp, man, you got to be happy about making up those critical points, half at that midpoint in the season, right?
Definitely, and Rutt's got the point lead now. I've been saying it since the beginning. He's Mr. Consistent. He's not usually out there setting the world on fire, but he has good finishes every week. And if he has a bad moto, he can usually rebound and recover. So, I mean, he's got himself set up very well in the season now. We'll see how he finishes it off.
Well, and you couldn't be more right, Sean. Consistency is key. Consistency wins championships. We've seen guys like Ryan Dungey, Cooper Webb, Eli Tomac, staying within that top, 5 to 10. Granted, like, the point system is a little different for this series. You get awarded a lot of points for each moto. So it, like, missing out on the A main, going for a title, like, it's going to be tough to claw back those critical points, especially, we've just gotten past the midpoint. We're looking at potential championship rounds now, like rounds 5 through 8, man. This is when it really comes down to the wire, and we've got a great track to race. Not only, I don't know, Sean, what do you think? What do you think about Hangtown or Rancho?
I think it's one of the more mellow tracks in terms of roughness, but I think where it makes up in difficulty is on the 250, you need to be on the gas wide open all the way around this place. And if someone messes up in front of you, kind of your only option is to hold it wide open and hope for the best. So it's going to produce some interesting racing on these 250s, that's for sure.
And one thing that I've heard throughout not only the ARL series, but a lot of people that have ridden this track, and I've done a fair amount of laps on this track, is it does get very one-lined very quickly. So opportunities to pass are going to be tough on this track, and if you lose momentum on that 250, you're going to be looking at a really tough time out there.
Definitely, you're 100% right. This is going to get pretty one-lined pretty quick. Sometimes the advantages of that, I guess if you want to look at it that way, is that one line is going to get ran out very quickly, so people are going to have to start searching for other ways to pass, at least in the second moto, for sure, 100%.
Well, speaking of finding multiple lines and different passing avenues, we're going to kick it over. Sean, you know exactly what's coming up next. We got qualifying, but what does that mean, man?
Oh, we got the pre-show, baby.
We got the label pre-show coming up next. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's the label pre-show.
It's the label pre-show. Come on. There's no way he's going to do this every week.
Oh my god. I hope he doesn't say that.
How many beers is he going to drink?
This guy doesn't have any friends.
Oh, gee. Hopefully this is overkill.
It's the Label Pre-Show.
All right, Sean, let's go. Let's talk about this guy right now. The 128 machine of Ruts on that 223 Performance Racing. Man, like we've talked about him a lot throughout this series. He's been, that top 10 mark each moto or each overall, hovering right around there. I know he's had his struggles with consistency for motos, but he's got the red plate. You think it's going to weigh on him? All right. There is one thing about Ruts. I've seen him switch bikes halfway through this season. I don't know if that's his doing or if it's, kind of along the lines of just trying to find a little bit of comfort, maybe a little bit of speed. It doesn't seem like he sticks to the same bike for very long. And I don't know if that's to his benefit or if it's one of those things where he's just trying to find a little bit of comfort mid-season, but maybe the KTM's working for him.
My bad earlier there. I did it again with the mic muting, but
Oh, good,
yeah,
buddy.
they do like to they swap their bikes a little bit. Usually not my style, but I mean it'll definitely work. I usually like to nail it home on one bike, finish off the OEM, and then I start searching. But
Yeah.
he's got the red plate slot, so something's working for him with these bike changes, and they got to be getting good setups because they are running very well on them.
Well, and I know they're in tight with the AMR guys. I don't know how tight they are with the Pro Precision guys, but I got to imagine that either they have somebody that's doing a little bit of suspension testing during the week when they're practicing. These guys aren't stupid. Ruts rides in real life. He knows suspension. He's never really been a setup guy where like he goes into the fine-tune nitty-gritty stuff like I've done, but I'm not going to come out and say that I'm the best suspension guy out there, because I'm not. Like I know suspension from a real-world aspect, and we're talking about video game suspension here, where obviously we're all going a lot faster than we would in real life, and we're doing shit that a real motocross bike just can't handle.
Exactly. So it's not gonna be a one-to-one translation from real life anyway. So you kind of got to do your own fine tuning and figure out the physics, how everything works with the physics, and what bikes like, and for what tracks you're on. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So
Oh, absolutely.
those Pro Precision guys are definitely doing a good job out there.
No, they're making it work, and Ruts looks like he's making it work today. Still hasn't logged a lap yet, but I know that red plate means a lot to him, because this will be the first time that we've seen him come out and actually earn it and not have to, DQ somebody to make him the series points leader.
Oh yeah, had a little bit of restart game back in the day.
Well, and that wasn't even his doing. That was all Kurt's doing, and I took the brunt of that, man.
Right.
I don't know how the hell that works, but it is what it is. But hey, out front we got Sleepy on that TSC Husqvarna. I don't know if we've seen any of him early on, but man, he looks good. Starting off super solid. But we all know this guy. That's gonna be Vogt on that A-Stars Racing Kawasaki moto win. He's been really consistent this series, especially, last week when we go to an AMA track and he showed up and showed out, top 5 finishes, hovering around that area. He's been really quick all series long. I don't know if he showed up to the first couple of rounds, but he definitely showed up at that MXGP race of Portugal. So maybe we can expect a little bit more out of him, maybe hunting for another moto win, maybe an overall tonight from him.
Definitely, he's been very consistent, and seems like he's one of the only guys in the field on a Kawasaki, so he's making the thing work.
Yeah,
That's for sure. He's really fast on it.
I feel like a lot of people just kind of get swept into that whole meta ideology and the placebo effect with, these bikes. And for what it's worth, John, like all of the OEMs are good, man. It just takes, a YouTuber with 40,000 subscribers to tell you what bike you want to run. And Vogt's out here proving like it really doesn't matter, man. Whatever you like, whatever feels comfortable, they're all competitive, and you can win on just about anything.
Exactly. Like I remember when the Husky wasn't really considered the best outdoor bike, and I remember Boban was killing everyone on that thing for months before anyone even started using that. So yeah, you can really use any of them. It just takes a little bit of time and someone who knows what they're doing to get a decent setup and make the thing run how it should.
Absolutely. Well, let's just kind of run down here. We got King. Well, he's in the pits. We got, a gas out here. Senior Butters on that RLD, or is that a Honda? Oh, it's a Honda. We got Stowe, who is traditionally a Yamaha rider, switching over to the KTM this week. Kind of a surprising, maybe looking for a different feel. We've got K Dunn for, on that 46M 467 KTM machine. Man, that's a lot. Man, okay, so here's what I'll say. MX Sim, whenever they do on racing, it's always like first name, last name, team. Maybe you get a couple of fun ones, but MX Bikes sure really just kind of embraces the whole Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Xbox Live lobbies. Granted, I haven't seen a whole lot of XX, whatever dumb bullshit XX, but man, it gets kind of hard to read some of these names off.
Oh, definitely. It's X's and what are the middle things called? I don't even know what do you call this?
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of those, a bunch of X's, and really long names sometimes.
Yep, absolutely. But hey, let's talk about the 191. For what it's worth, Sean, like I haven't been the best team owner for the last couple of weeks. I've been saying like, oh, I'm gonna get on, I'm gonna practice with the boys, try to put in some laps, but life happens. I've been really busy with work. But here's what I can say. Kurt and Dino, I used to be able to walk away from these guys like really without trying, and I can say without a doubt in the last 2 weeks these guys have really stepped up their game. They've been putting in the hours, they've been grinding. Like, they're, for all intents and purposes, man, they're pretty fucking good. And I gotta imagine Kurt's due for a top 10 finish this week, maybe even a top 5. Currently sitting 10th in qualifying, 3 seconds back. But man, dude, like, I got my ass absolutely handed to me by them in practice last night.
Oh yeah, they've hit a new, I don't know if you want to say plateau maybe, but it's not a plateau. They're just still getting better. So they're just grinding. They've got to a new level. They're getting fast. They're kicking my ass constantly. I'm same boat as you. I used to be able to keep a good gap ahead of them, and now they run me right down. They've been practicing, and I'm interested to see how their motos go for them. If they can just keep their nose clean.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got to be one of those things where it's been a while since these guys have done a series where they're actually in the top 10 for series points. Dino's still not that far out from maybe a potential title contention. So they've got to have a little bit of confidence. They're putting in the work each week to try to go and battle for critical championship points. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy for them. Regardless of finishes, I'm going to support these guys regardless. Like, they're doing the work. They're putting in the time. They're making me look good, and I'm here for it.
Totally, 100%.
But hey, we got Vogt. Man, current fastest qualifier with a 147.982 on that A-Stars Kawasaki. Looking really good. He's going to dethrone Sleepy, who is, just under half a second slower. Diego Jasso on that MXB Media. I'm just going to turn these on so I can actually see who it is. Man, he looks really good. The 110 ride, just shy of a second slower, sitting in the 3 spot. Senior Butters on that RLD AEO Honda in the 4 spot, just on the outside looking in for this Group A qualifying. But man, did the entire 223 team switch over to KTM this week? It's kind of seeming like that.
It was a coordinated effort, it must be.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we got Mango you know, I mean, let me just take a look here. Yeah, we got Mango. He's currently sitting 4 points back from Ruts in points. I'd be looking to see some critical championship points being brought or made up by him tonight, because Mango, you know, I'm gonna be honest, Sean. I really think Mango might be a faster guy than Ruts, but he does have a tendency to get bad starts, and you know, it's tough to work through the pack, especially on a track like this where it's going to get one-lined. It's going to get really rough in those main race lines. So it might be tough for him to work his way towards the front.
Definitely. Starts are going to be crucial on this track. There's passing time is going to be at an absolute premium, so you get it in while you can, definitely, and get a good start and hopefully take the lead and not need to worry about passing other people.
And you know, let's not count this guy out slow on that his other teammate and other team owner, the 938 machine. He gets really good starts. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make the A main last week, so that dropped him all the way back into 8th in points, which is going to be tough. It's going to be tough to claw back those points. You know, he's dang near, he's like 75 points out of the title, which, you know, anything can happen. Ruts can have a rough day, but, you know, I think being 2 seconds back from, you know, the current fastest time, which, whatever, we've seen the fastest qualifiers come out of B group mainly throughout this series. I don't think Ruts isn't going to make the A main tonight. Maybe I'm wrong, but, you know, it's definitely not one of those things where I'm too concerned about Ruts not making it.
Definitely not, and he has a way of, even if it's close, he's somehow finds a way to sneak in, and I have a feeling he'll make it.
You know, there's one thing that I have said. It's you can't count guys like slow, like Ruts, that get good starts consistently, because it's a lot easier to shuffle back than it is to try to work your way forward, especially on these AMA tracks. It doesn't, especially specifically on a track like this where it doesn't really lend you to a lot of passing opportunities with how one-lined it gets. It's going to be really difficult to make passes tonight. Guys are going to have to, you know, take opportunities, force the pressure, potentially force a mistake. At least in my opinion, I think it's definitely going to be a harder track to work your way forward than other tracks that we've seen on the series.
Definitely, and if you can get a good start, and you do realize you're fading, I don't think you'll shuffle back as fast on these tracks just because of how one-lined it is. You'll be able to survive up front for a lot longer just because of how much harder it is to make passes.
Yeah. And there is one thing to be said, like Rancho or Hangtown, it's not as rough. It really isn't. You know, going from a track like Mount Morris or High Point last week, where we had a really rough technical track that guys had to, you know, essentially go slower to go faster and be smooth, work on throttle control, work on all these other things. You know, it's not one of those tracks. This is a wide open, put down hot laps as fast as you can, but, you know, still have to maintain that consistency standpoint, because this track can come up and bite you if you're trying to override it. But it's not one of those tracks that we're going to be looking for, like, oh, potential mistakes on straightaways or corners with super rough bumps or anything like that.
Exactly. I think we're going to see probably the most crashes into the rollers that Diego just went through.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think it's going to get interesting in the turning rollers before the finish line. I think those are the two areas where you're going to see a lot of crashes and passing in around there.
Absolutely. Well, time has expired in our qualifying A group. Just a quick top 10 rundown. We got Vote on that A-Stars Kawasaki out front with a 147.982. Sleepy not too far behind him with a, you know, a half a second off. Diego Jasso is going to round out our podium for A group with on that MXB Media KTM. Co-Daddy on the privateer ride in the 4 spot, just on the outside looking in. We're going to have Senior Butters on that RLD AEO Honda in the 5 spot. King on that SSR KTM. The 938 of Slow in the 7 spot. The 128, our current points leader, in the 8 spot. Mango in the 9 spot, rounding out the top 10. That's going to be Dino on that So-Called Designs Husqvarna. Sean, we've got an absolute stellar night of racing. I cannot wait. It's going to be an absolute blast to call the racing with you. I am so excited. But we're going to take a quick commercial break as we get ready to go to Moto 1.
All I wanna do is go out trapping with the shoes. Wrist game froze, you should see the way we do it. Sexy little bitch, you throwing titties out the window. You from out of town, but you know what we get into. All I wanna do is go out trapping with the shooters. Wrist on froze, you should see how I maneuver. Shorty say she down and up and flex with all the shooters. Shorty, all you gotta get ahead of all my shooters. I came in, I just pulled it off the lot. Sailing like a pirate, I came in with a yacht. I came up off a dropping out the spot. Tell me if you fucking, cause it's backups if you're not. I'm just flexing, too hard. Threesome, session, 2 bras. Every time I step out, shit lit. I just walked in, Heisman, you bitch. Boy, them trying to catch me with the shooters. Snow, I'm down to catch one if you shoot us. No more putting shooters in the Uber. They can't hop back in it when they. All I wanna do is go out trapping with the shooters. Wrist game froze, you should see the way we do it. Sexy little bitch, you throwing titties out the window. You from out of town, but you know what we get into. With shooters, wrist on froze, you should see how I maneuver. Shorty say she down and up and flex with all the shooters. Shorty, all you gotta get ahead of all my shooters. I came in, I just pulled up with the slab. She don't know her father, but her mama call me dad. Go designer shopping, copy, fucking up the tab. Rich for my stick as fuck, I had to brag. Harleys, diamonds, homie. Don't it get you horny? It's late, but I can't leave. It's lit, rolling, top down, my shit legit.
Shake me down. Not a lot of people left around. Who knows now? Softly laying on the ground. Ooh. Not a lot of people left around. Ooh. Ooh. In my Let the waves of time and space surround me. Yeah, 'cause I need room to breathe. Let me float back to the place you found me. Found me, found me, found me, found me.
Yeah. 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 Who the jiggy nigga with the gold links? Got me reminiscing about my old days. 3-6 sucker nigga dick, no foreplay. All day, booming out the trap through the hallway. Tell me what you niggas know about. Auntie saying turn it down, or she finna call the cops. We been plotting on the op, she the one who got the drop. Just a free quick fix it up, and it's okay. They gon' take me back to my old ways. I was trying to chill, pop the sales ever since I got a deal. Kick it with my model chick, sick Chris. Fuck niggas wanna diss, now I gotta let them know it's really drill. Lord pretty Flacco Jordy.
Man, fuck this track, dude. I need to go somewhere cool, somewhere remote. You know, like that Greenland shit. And we are back. Sean, we got Moto 1 coming up, and it's going to be an absolute barn burner. I am so excited to go racing. Hey, we've got a really great rider interview coming up. Sorry about that. Kind of unveiled that one right off the rip. I'm just going to wait for him to hop in. Hey, oh, and he's here. Hey. None other than our points leader. So I'm going to kick it down to you, Sean. We got Ruts on that 223 performance racing team. Sean, take it away.
Well, Russ, how was qualifying there?
Man, it was pretty rough. I put down a personal record right there, so that was pretty cool. And on a new bike.
Yeah, so we were talking about that earlier. What brought about the switch to the KTM's?
Man, shout out to my boy Slow. He just he's been kind of riding it, and then he made a kit and asked if everybody wanted one, and everybody was like, "Yeah, let's ride it." And so I was like, "Man, if I make me a red plate kit, man, we got that red plate. We'll have some fun."
Hell yeah, man! You looked really good on it. Your usual consistent self, it seems. Uh, what do you think is gonna be some keys to this moto to hold that red plate?
Man, keeping that thing on the track, man. It's I man, when we were on GRD, we rode the KTM, and man, I hate it. I always wash the front, and I use a 90 front tire now, and I don't deal with it. I don't know. You know what changed? We got the suspension pretty dialed. I've been working on it and fine tuning it little by little, and so I'm either perfect on it and everything's going great and we're fast and consistent, or we can't stop crashing on it. So I'm going to really hope tonight that we can hold it together, and we carry this red plate, back over to the MXGP tracks.
Hell yeah, man! I know that's where your strong suit is too. So if you can make it out tonight, keep it. I think you're gonna be really well set up for the rest of the season. Definitely.
Yeah, man. I've always, really liked MXGPs. I'm starting to get better, at the AMA tracks, as time kind of goes on. But they're just a little bit different, and I seem to really gel with those MXGPs. So man, hopefully that turns out to be right. I know I had 2 really bad rounds at MXGP here, so hopefully we can get this thing turned around.
Yeah, it's a give and a take with this stuff. So, hopefully you're feeling good tonight. You looked really good in practice, man. Good luck out there. I look forward to seeing you do some good racing tonight.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate it. And thanks for being in the booth and doing this.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, Ruts, before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank?
You guys go, streaming all of our sponsors that, help put this on, of course. Couldn't do it without all you guys. It makes the whole wheel go and the experience better for everyone else. My team, 223, all of them. We're pretty good close group, and it's fun riding with them. It's crazy. We seem to week after week, here we are again in a quali, all of us qualifying, one after another. So it looks like we were like 7, 8, 9, I think, this week, and last week we were together. So it goes to show that we really obviously ride together, and we're really close in the same speed. So it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna shamelessly plug it. We've got a really solid team. We got a solid 2 teams for So-Called Designs heading into Hell Week coming up in October, just about a month out. So I hope you bring your A game. I really hope you do.
Dude, it's going to be hard, man. Dino, Kurt, I mean, dude, those guys have gained some fucking speed, excuse my language, but dudes are hauling in the mail. Like, it's going to be so stacked, and everybody's going to be so competitive and close in speed. It's I'm really looking forward to it.
It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to bow out, one, because I've kind of taken a back seat from this game as far as, actually playing it. I'm more on the design side, the visuals, broadcasting, doing all that realm. Kind of hanging up the boots. I ride when I want to or play when I want to, but, I'm excited. It's going to be a really fun event. I can't wait to see all the teams line up and go head-to-head for a really great week of racing. But regardless, we got Moto 1 coming up, Sean. Thank you again, Ruts, for showing up in the booth. Congratulations on holding the red plate. I hope that it's not too heavy and you can finally win a legitimate series without disqualifying people to make your way to the top.
I've never done that. That's never happened. I've come from on this stream. I've never done that.
It's all love, man. Hey, good luck tonight. We're going to be rooting for you.
Thank you.
All right, Sean. Well, we've got a little bit before Moto 1. we're just gonna kind of hang out, dude. Let's do this. We're gonna go take a look. We're gonna take a look at the points as it sits right now. Hold on 1 second. Let me just kind of get up and out. Yeah, there we go. All right. So currently sitting in the points lead, we got Ruts on that 223 Performance Racing. Not 4 points out is his teammate Mango. We've got Seymour, who did not make the A main last week. We've got Dino. This has to feel so good for a guy like Dino. I feel like it's been a long time coming for this guy. You know, he's been really, really consistent. But he's never been a title guy. You know, he's sitting 4th right now. And he's really not that far out with how this points works. But, you know, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts? Like, you got to think, like, he's got to be maybe looking at a potential title fight, or at least bare minimum a podium here.
If he keeps riding the way he has been, I think he's gonna be a contender for sure in the top 3. Or if he can just keep his nose clean rest of the season, get some decent starts, hopefully not get into too much drama on the opening lap, he can set himself up to possibly win this series, depending on what happens with everyone else. And the way this series has been going, there's nobody who's been like dominantly consistent, so there's definitely a chance where you can do that.
Absolutely. And rounding out the top 5, we got Stowe, who's just switching over from the Yamaha to the KTM, so maybe trying to find some comfort on a new bike this week. Hotshot, who has an overall to his name. LG Mud on that Mudbone Racing. You know, in the 7 spot. In the 8 spot, we got Slow on that 223. You know, it's Mr. Consistent as far as starts. You know, he struggled a little bit with late moto consistency, just trying to work his way through the pack. Sosha on the MXB factory ride out of Texas. I mean, you know, guys like that, you know, you're a little bit farther down in points, but a top 10 is great. And, you know, rounding out the top 10, we got another so-called designs rider. I don't want to say it because I do love Kurt. He's a great dude and he puts in the work. He is one of the nicest people I've ever met. Unfortunately, like if I'm looking at points here, Sean, you know, you're 110 some odd points out of the title. Like it's kind of a stretch. Like we're going to have to see some definite shakeups. Like Kurt's going to start to have to click off moto wins, overall wins, and a lot of these guys that are in the top 10 are going to have to fall to the wayside. But you know, don't count him out to have a solid top 10, top 5 finish, because I know he can do it, especially on a track like this where it's not as technical, doesn't have to really worry about consistency all that much. I think we're going to see a great ride out of Kurt because it's been a long time coming, and he's well-deserved for that.
Definitely. I 100% agree with you. He's been putting in the hours, just really just needs to have a couple good motos, and I think he can move his way right up the point standings.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to get ready to go racing here. I think we only have a few short moments before Moto 1's going to kick off. And, man, you know what? I'm excited. Rancho's a good track, man. I'm glad that we're at a track where it's not so much about how technical the track is and how rough it can be. We're at a track where all that matters is lights out speed.
Yep. Yeah, this place is hold it to the ground, and we're going to see a lot of drag racing side by sides, and we'll see if some people can make some outside lines work here. I know it's tough.
Well, and you know what, Sean? Like what I will say is this: what's going to be critical for today, and you know it's kind of cliche, but a start is 100% critical for a track like this. Like you have to be out front because there is not a lot of opportunities to pass, and it's going to be really tough if you get shuffled back into that 20th, 25th, even further back than that to try to make this pass.
Definitely. And this is a tough start on a 250. It's wide open like the rest of the track is, and going off that first jump, in the second corner, there's going to be a lot of chaos if people aren't lined up correctly. You're going to see a lot of cross jumping. So hopefully our red plate guys, our top points guys, can somehow stay clean through that first jump.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's gonna be a tough one for sure. You know, we're definitely. I don't know, man. Who do you think we should watch for tonight? You know, I don't want to call it too early. Man, I'd really like to see something out of Dino tonight.
That's where I was looking too. I'm thinking Dino also.
I mean, granted, like we got a little bit of bias. All right, well, it does sound like Moto 1 is about to kick off, so we're gonna head over there real quick. But hey, stay tuned, folks. It's about to get good.
Riders, 16 motos, 8 weeks, but only one will be crowned. Welcome to the 2024 Coast to Coast Amateur Motocross Championship, presented by MXP Factory, East Coast Dirtbags, and so-called designs.
And he has done it, folks. Well, the revs are up, folks. We're about ready to go racing, and the gate is down for Moto 1 of our amateur class. And out front, that's going to be Co-Daddy on that privateer KTM, as he's going to take the lead early on. Not too far behind him, we've got Sleepy on that TSC KTM, or Husqvarna, my bad. But man, Co-Daddy's going to go down. That's going to allow Senior Butters and Vo. Hey, Sean, look at that. Another Moto winner. He's going to be out front early on, so let's go on board with him. Sorry, we're getting right into the action. Not a whole lot of time here. Let's get into it. Out front. Oh, it looks like LG Mud is out front. Oh, his Senior Butters is going to go off the track, and that's going to allow Vo to go to the lead. TSC, or Sleepy on that TSC Husqvarna, going to be in tow in the 2 spot. In the 3 spot, we've got a battle right now. Can't tell who that is. Man, he looks good.
There's a melee in these rollers right now, just fighting for momentum.
Oh, I believe it. Sleepy trying to make, throw that leash out and keep attached to Vo. And that A-Stars Racing Kawasaki King in the 3 spot. Butters on that RLD AEO Honda in the 4 spot, just on the outside looking in. You got Kuros on that Sutros Team KTM, rounding out the top 5. Rico on that MXL Racing Yamaha. Hey, second in points.
Not looking too bad. I'd be pretty happy with that start to the moto there.
There's a lot of people that aren't in this title fight, and if you can, deal with the spoilers best you can. Mango looking really good. I think he's running Rutz's gear. 100% he is running Rutz's gear. Didn't check the kit before he went out there, but hey, we'll take it. Maybe Rutz loaned him a clean set because he, shit his drawers early on in that qualifying session. All right, we got Diego Jasso in the 8th spot going to battle with Pino and K-Dun. Who's going to drop back? Oh, man, cuts are going to play a factor here today for sure. Unfortunate. All right, where is our current points leader? All the way back to 24th, Sean. Not the start you want to this day.
Definitely not. You got Rutz back there, LG Mud back there, Dino back there, Seymour back there, all guys that are on the points list, top 10 points list. So they've all got some work to do. But if you're Vo, you're a happy man right now. I don't know if he knows that they're so far behind him, but when he looks back after the moto, if he finishes this off the way he's been riding, he's gonna be a happy man after this.
Well, I'd say so. With already a 6.5 second lead on second place, this guy is putting on an absolute clinic, Sean. Oh my God, he is on fire. He has set the pace early on, and man, like, he has just left the pack in the rear view. He is not looking to make any sort of battle or anything out of this. This is a statement ride for sure.
He clearly got a good start and just took it from there, and he's getting that Kawasaki working, that's for sure.
I mean, like I said earlier in qualifying, Sean, all of these bikes are competitive. Guy looks really good. He definitely showed up to play, and man, he's not taking no for an answer. He wants another moto win under his belt for this series.
You know, why wouldn't you? Plus, it's going to be the way it's looking right now, unless we have some very good recovery rides this moto. It's going to be a decent points day for him.
Oh, absolutely. King on that SSR Swiftco Areo. I don't, is that how you say it? Areo? KTM ride in the 2 spot, six seconds down. This is a good spot for him, but he's kind of on an island because 3 seconds back. Oh, as he's going to get shuffled back. Sleepy on that TSC Husqvarna. Excuse me, as Butters is going to go to the 3 spot. Mango trying to capitalize for the 4 spot. Does he make the pass? He does make the pass for the 4 spot. That's going to shuffle Sleepy all the way back to 5th, and Rico is in tow on that MXL Racing Yamaha. You know, each week, Sean, I get surprised by these names, and, you know, that's the tough part about these amateur races. Is like anybody can show up, and well, and just about anybody can show up for any race, but it's really hard to find who your title guys are going to be, especially when, you know, they're shuffled back all the way. You know, we're looking at, I mean, Ruts in 17th. We got Kurt in the 12 spot. We've got Stowe in 16th. Ruts all the way back to 17th. LG Mudd in 20th. Slow in 21st. We're looking at Dino in 29th. Ooh, a tough day for Dino. Man, we got to stop cursing him there. Hey, there has been a change for the lead, though. King has made his way around Vo on that A-Stars Racing Kawasaki as we come down this hill into these very sketchy rollers. He's going to elect to go to the middle rut. I don't know if that's the best line. Pushes outside.
Oh.
Vo goes into the back of him. Not going to get the drive for that step up. It's going to allow him to open up a little bit of breathing room, but if I'm Vo, you got to throw that lasso out, boy, because it's about time to get ready for the rodeo.
That rut hop might have inadvertently actually worked for King and put a good block on Vo there. I was surprised to see that was how that turned out with no bikes going tumbling.
Oh, absolutely, but Vo's not done. He's going back after it. He wants that moto win. He wants the lead right now. As we head into this roller section, Vo electing to go outside. Oh, as he goes off the track. Oh, unfortunate. We head into this giant triple step up. Getting a little saucy from King. He's got a little bit of breathing room now. Like I said, Sean, it's going to be really tough to pass here. With how one-line this track gets, you got to set up passes. You got to force mistakes. And unfortunately, Vo was not able to capitalize there a couple corners ago. Oh, but can he capitalize there with a mistake out of King? So we head into the switchbacks. And he has closed the gap. He is right on the rear wheel as we head into the turning roller section before the finish line. Oh, man. It is a fight. Head over this hip table jump. I do not like this jump, man. Oh, and Vo's gonna go down! Oh, no. Unfortunate. That's definitely going to allow some breathing room. And that's going to allow Mango by for the 2 spot. Oh, man. Early on in this race. Well, I mean, we are halfway done. We've got 7 minutes plus 2 laps left in this Moto number 1. Mango going to take the 2 spot. Vo, unfortunately, going to shuffle back to 3rd. But he's going to have to remount this charge towards Mango. Sleepy. Hey, don't count this guy out, Sean. Definitely don't count this guy out. We got a 3-rider battle for 2nd.
Man, these guys, it's first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, those guys, they've got 10 seconds on the rest of the field. They are getting out there.
Gone. I think that might be a little bit of cuts here as Rico isn't too far behind, you know, screen-wise, but yeah, I mean, we got Alien, Kodaddy. Oh, it looks like Diego Jasso and Butters are going to get together, and they're going to be on the other opposite lane of the track as they try to make a track re-entry. Oh, boy. Kurt worked his way up into the top 10. Hey, solid ride for Kurt. But, hey, we still got a battle for second going on right now between Mango and Vote. Man, this is insane. Each week, Sean. Each week. Incredible racing.
And, you know, most of it has been clean after what round was it? Was that the first round that we witnessed a couple murders on?
Yeah, I think that was...
It seems to have been getting a lot better, like really close, like well-intended gentleman's racing, if you want to call it that.
Absolutely. King has opened up a 4-second gap. Mango in the 2 spot. I think Vo made another mistake. Yeah, that's going to allow 13 seconds. Looks like Mango and King have kind of left the pack in the rear view here. Rico setting his sights on Vo now. Sleepy rounding out our top 5. He's still there. Oh, as he's going to get the commentator's curse and go down. I mean, it's definitely tough. But, hey, we got 5 minutes left, so let's give you a quick top 10 rundown. We got King out front on that SSR Swiftco Arreo KTM, the 812 machine. Mango on that 922 KTM, riding for the 223 Performance Racing. In the 3 spot, we're going to have Rico on that MXL Yamaha. Vo on the A-Stars Racing Kawasaki in the 4 spot. In the 5 spot, we've got Kodaddy, who's going to move up there. Sleepy in the 6 spot. Alien in the 7 spot. Kurt in the 8 spot. Excuse me. Kuros on the Sutros Team KTM. He's going to move into the 8 spot. Kurt into the 9 spot. And rounding out our top 10 is going to be Diego. Or wait, where's Butters? Oh, Butters with a little bit of cuts. He's going to move into the 8 spot. And I think that will put Kurt in top 10. Man, timing and scoring is all over the board tonight, Sean.
Oh, yeah. It's, I mean, I think they've got some interesting timing gates on this track from what I've experienced. But, yeah, it is, it's an interesting one to try and make sense of all this.
But I mean, let's check back in on this this podium battle here between Rico and Vo. Vo struggling throughout this moto with a couple of mistakes, a couple of costly crashes that definitely, I mean, he looked good early on. Great start, led a couple of laps, and just these crashes are costing him in this moto, man.
It's tough, you know, you can see the track starting to break down a little bit, get a little bit rougher. But with the high speed of this track, even a small mistake or a minor crash can turn into a major one just with how fast everyone's going.
Absolutely. You cannot afford those mistakes, but man, out front, that's going to be King on that SSR Swiftco Arreo KTM. Man, he looks good. Not too far behind him, though. Mango, just outside, not even that far outside of frame. That 223, this is a great ride for him. You know, second's just as good as a first as far as overalls are concerned. So, you know, you got to give it up to this guy. He's putting in the laps. He's putting in consistent burners, and he's holding on. Oh, he's going to get the commentator's curse. Oh, unfortunate. Vote has closed the gap now. I mean, he's right there. It's not going to take much for him to get closer. Another mistake out of Mango, and he'll be right on him. Rico has shuffled back a little bit now. I don't think he's lost a position to Kodaddy just yet, but man, that's tough. Oh, as Vo is going to go down again. All right, that's going to give Mango a little bit of breathing room as he has lost sight of King, unfortunately. Time is winding down in this first moto, Sean. Oh, Mango going to go down again. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm just going to... I'll take a look at the leader. That's to not cause you any more problems.
Let's go watch someone else. Oh, man, he's still stuck there.
Man,
unfortunately. Terrible.
Let's check back in
Getting a tough hand from Paboso.
our points leader, who has worked his way up to, I believe, 14th now. Man, this is not a good showing. That red plate is heavy, and it's going to be tough to hold that points lead if you're going to drop that amount of points to your teammate who's currently only sitting 4 points back from you. Tough go. All the way back in 25th is the 223 or triple twos of Dino on that so-called Designs Husqvarna. Man, that's tough. And holding out our podium position, switching to a new bike this week on the Suzuki's, that's going to be Seymour on that Aftermath Racing Pro Precision Factory suspension ride. Man, it's just a tough go for these guys. Outside looking in, but hey, made his way to 9th. Solid ride for Kurt. I'm happy for him. Well deserved. Just keep it on 2.
Definitely, he's running really, really well, really consistent. Keeping it on 2 wheels from what I've seen. Not getting punted or punting people from what I've seen. You know, he might have sent a couple people, you never really know, but he's having a great run.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, out front, this guy is on an absolute island, has put on an absolute clinic. 16 seconds in front of second, which has gone to vote now on that A-Stars Cowie. Mango, those mistakes late moto, that's going to cost him. I mean, third, it's still a solid finish. You're looking at points here. The guys in front of you aren't in the top 10. You know, at this point, just take what you can get. You got 4 seconds left as time has expired, but unfortunately, we are going to have 3 laps left to go as Mango, just out of frame, goes down. Oh, man, that is a heartbreaker.
That's tough, you know, and I think this is where you're gonna see the good guys really, really shine. When this track, when it's deep, is very hard to keep your bike in the rut that you need it in, and it's gonna get worse and worse. The ruts are gonna get deeper. You're gonna bounce more, and I'm wondering when we're gonna start seeing some alternate line choices coming out here.
100%, Sean. As this track breaks down, like that main line, it's going to get blown out. We're already seeing King try to find some alternate lines here. Oh, yeah. We got an overall winner in chat tonight. Gio saying King's going to take the win. I mean, he's absolutely posed himself well for an overall win. I mean, it's going to be hard to say. Oh, as he gets a commentator's curse. Good job, Gio.
Man, we can't watch anyone tonight, can we?
No, we can't.
Might as well just look at the dirt.
Yeah, might as well just look at the dirt, Sean. Oh, man, that's tough. But I think he's got enough of a gap now. 3 laps left to go. It's going to be, it's all but in the record books here, I would say. Oh, it has boiled down to 7 seconds. Maybe another costly mistake. Might allow Vo to get to the rear wheel for a little bit there. But I don't know. He's rode really solid all race long, minimizing mistakes, keeping it on 2, passing when he can, but not getting, overexcited or over aggressive when it comes to passes. It's hard to say. We got 2 laps left. He's putting his hand up, waving to the lappers. Shout out to Shifty on that 223 Performance Racing, just being a good lapper, letting him by, not making a fuss. Maybe he can latch on and try to get another position here as time winds down.
Man, I would have probably had a pit in my stomach when I did that as King, but he's ran so well that he afforded that crash. He had, what was that, a 17-second gap when that happened? So he had some good cushion room there, but it puts a little fire under your ass sometimes when you do that. You got to get back going.
Absolutely. Well, Vo is just outside of frame in the 2 spot. Mango in the 3 spot, who has shuffled back. Oh, man. Well, no, he's still holding down 3rd, but, man, there is an absolute freight train behind him as we got Kodaddy and Rico with cuts. Oh, man, this is going to be tough. I don't know if they're going to be battling for a potential podium here. Mango, if you're Mango, man, like you got to hold on to it because these guys they're gonna make aggressive passes. This is, they're here for just racing. They're not really here for title points. You gotta make sure that you're absolutely dialed in for this.
Exactly. They got a lot less to lose for that. They're more there just to have a good finish for the day. Aren't really looking at the big picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man, it's gonna allow Codaddy to close up that gap as time is winding down, and it looks like Vo has closed the gap just a little bit late in this moto as the white flag is waving. I don't think he's gonna have enough time to get to him. Unfortunately, maybe another mistake out of King will allow him to, get a little bit closer and potentially make a last lap maneuver. Oh, as Mango is going to get passed by Codaddy, unfortunately. Oh. All right, Mango.
Vo goes down.
Oh, no. Unfortunate. I want to stick with this battle for third here for a little bit. Fourth isn't bad, but, you held on to a podium spot all race, man. Like, you got to make a last lap charge as he's going to go down. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, buddy. Commentator's curse. It claims everybody.
That stings a little bit too at the end of the moto. Even though fourth is a very good finish, you were running up there all race. The podium kind of seals that good run, and it stings a little bit if you finish fourth versus third there.
100%. But man, let's talk about this guy, King. Absolutely dominating performance. Great start. Made passes when he could. Was opportunistic about it. Wasn't overzealous. Didn't try to make an aggressive move. Just rode his race. A couple of mistakes here and there. But, with 3 corners left to go. Wow. Absolutely deserving of that moto win. I can't wait to get on the podium interview for this. And absolutely dominating. Our Moto 1 winner, King, on that SSR Swiftco Arreo KTM. Well deserved. Let's see if he can back it up, Sean. Hey, if anybody's in a chat with King right now, tell him to head over to the interviews portion of the CCRL Discord, and we'll get an interview with him real quick. But hey.
Oh, he lands the backflip too. I didn't even see that until I just looked back at the stream.
In the 2 spot, we got Vo. That's going to be a solid points day for him. Codaddy rounding out our podium. Mango just on the outside looking in the 4 spot. Still a good day for points. Rico rounding out our top 5. Sleepy on that TSC Husqvarna in the 6 spot. Alien, the 5112 on the Husqvarna in the 7 spot. Senior Butters on the RLD area or AEO Honda in the 8 spot. Kuros, Sutros, KTM in the 9 spot. Rounding out our top 10 is going to be Bliss on the SBR Limitless. And just on the outside looking in the 11 spot, that's going to be Diego Jasso on that MXB Media. Whew! Man, Sean. I don't know if it gets much better than this. But hey, we got a podium interview coming up. Hopefully King will jump in the interview section, and we'll send you down to the podium for that interview.
Man.
Yo, what the fuck is this guy's deal? Doesn't he know he's got a moto coming up?
And then rain is in the forecast Monday through Sunday of next week.
Bro, it always fucking rains here.
That's why I said
sick and tired of this shit, man. Fuck.
unmute, so we're good to go. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to kick it down to our podium with Sean and none other than King on that SSR Swiftco Arrayo KTM ride. Congratulations on your Moto 1 win.
Sir, thank you.
First off, King, I got to apologize. We commentators cursed you way too many times there.
No,
Gio was
no.
telling us to get off your to get off your
Dude,
stream, so I
no,
thought that was funny.
I was in a VC with one of my friends. Shout out Kadon. So he was like, "Watch this." So there was another lapper, and he killed him, and or no, the other dude killed him, and he was like, "Watch, I'm gonna cross him over the triple." And I'm like, "What?" And I'm in the turn right before the triple, and I absolutely wad it right over the turn, and lost like 18 seconds. Dude, I was like 20 seconds up, then it went to like 2 seconds. I was like, "Uh oh."
Yep, that's what you got to get going. But dude, you
Yeah.
look great, dude. You dominated them out there.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's my first AMS win, so I'll take it. Let's go.
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Thank
Is there
you.
anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, 46 Motorsports area for the setup. That's the only reason why I won. Their setups are good. Go shout out to them. They're good. I want to thank Swiftco for the gear, even though I made it. Just thank you. I mean SSR. Just let me be on the team. I mean, that's really it. Just thank you everybody. And Killa. That's my boy. That's it.
Awesome.
Well, man, you did a great job out there.
Thank you.
Hopefully you can do the same thing. I mean, 20-second
Dude,
gap,
it's
awesome.
just a start. It's a start, dude.
Yep.
It's
Here,
only
definitely.
the start. This is the thing. If you get a good start, that's all you need. I was like 4th off the start. I'm gonna be honest. I crashed once during that whole entire race. Once, and that was when I wadded it right over the turn. But I mean, hey, good race. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. Good luck in the next one.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Sean. Well, wow, what an exciting Moto number 1. We've got Moto 2 coming up here in just a short amount of time. Man, you know, it's going to be tough out there, dude. It's really going to be tough. It 100% has to be I mean, you know, King said it. It all comes down to the start here. Because it's tough to pass. It's going to be, I think with the track still breaking down, I mean, it's going to be even harder to pass throughout this second moto.
Definitely. I think a start is going to be, it was super important in the first. It is somehow going to be even more important in the second moto here.
I mean, you gotta feel for a guy like Ruts, because, you know, it's kind of his race to lose at this point, you know. You're really going to have to, you know, lock in and get ready for that. But, man, I'm excited for Moto 2, which is coming up in just a short amount of time. We're just kind of waiting a little bit here. But, you know, let's talk about this a little bit. We had guys like Vo, who has shown up, you know, second in the first moto. Like, he's going to be potentially fighting for a Moto win, potentially an overall win. Win. Yeah, sorry. I've been drinking. I had a work function today. It is what it is. But man, he looked really good. Just a couple of costly mistakes, but he showed speed late in the moto, caught to the back of King. Not enough to, you know, make a pass, but, you know, dwindling it down from 17 seconds to 6 towards the end of that moto. I got high hopes that this guy's gonna show up and, you know, potentially try to take an overall tonight.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a dominating performance. You hope to see the man get a good start, but like he said, it's tough to get good starts here, man. It's you need a good gate, and then you need everything to go right for you. It's a few things that all add up. I mean, a lot of things that all add up.
Oh, 100%. Well, Sean, you know, who's gonna be our oh shoot, what sponsor do we want to go with this week? Who's gonna be our shit? Well, I guess 223 Performance Racing one to watch for this week.
I mean, King just murdered them, so I feel like that's the easy choice here. But
You know,
I always like to switch it up, man. I never know who to go with.
you know,
I'm thinking either Vo, Mango, or King. Those are my top 3.
Yeah. I mean, you're just taking the easy ones. Sponsored by BetDSI.com. You can bet on just about anything. Or what the fuck is that gambling website you use?
Polymarket.com, baby. Illegal in
Polymarket.
the USA, I'm pretty sure. But go get you a nice VPN. You can do whatever you want.
Hey, I do want to give just a shameless plug here real quick. We got the Season 10 gear dropping next month. A couple of weeks for the label. I mean, it looks good, man. I'm glad that these boys are out here rocking the new stuff. Absolutely. Gio saying 1-1 tonight. But hey, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think we're gonna see a solid performance out of. You know, I think we're gonna see a solid start out of this guy right here. Red plate, inside gate. We're gonna see a solid start out of him, and he's gonna take it. Hey, but the revs are up, Sean. We're getting ready to go racing for Moto 2. Oh, a quick restart. Somebody must be rejoining. It's gonna give me a little bit more time.
There are a few jump starts there.
Oh, unfortunate. God, you know, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Reloading the gate. Here.
Looks like one of them disconnected.
Oh no.
Which is interesting.
You know what? Fuck it. I take it back. Ruts is not the one to watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the 190.
Don't watch him at all.
The 191. Kurt.
We're going with Kurt. I'll take it.
One to watch. You know, he was just outside of the top 10 late in that moto. Maybe a couple of costly mistakes. I definitely think this is gonna be one to watch. I know he's flipping us off right now on stream. I don't have those animations, so thank God for the children at home watching this stream, even though I curse like a sailor. Hey, the revs are up, Sean. We're getting ready to go racing. Who's going to be the first one to the first corner for Moto number 2 of our Coast to Coast Racing League Amateur Outdoor Championship presented by East Coast Dirtbags and MXB Factory? It looks like... No way. Another restart? What is going on?
It's restart gate all over again.
Man, I'm about to kick it to commercial break if they can't get it figured out. Unreal.
What happened there? I saw someone was off the gas pretty early there.
Oh, no. It's probably one of the admins, whether it be Slow or Ruts. Oh. Probably a game crash of some sort. Oh, Bev got kicked, Ruts is saying. Ugh.
And this is the fun part of MX bikes, when the technology side doesn't want to work for you.
Yeah, I know. It's really unfortunate. Man. Let's just go, well, to keep our viewers entertained, let's take a look at this corner. Oh, man, Sean. This corner, as you come down that downhill roller section after that little hip jump at the top of the hill, it's starting to get blown out here. I'm guessing we're going to start seeing guys take alternate lines, because as this deteriorates throughout the rest of this moto, and you can see it here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you can see where this is eroded away, and then we have this dry patch here that hasn't been touched. This is an absolute kicker here. And, I mean, you've got 2 in a row, these acceleration bumps as you're heading up this little, is it a tabletop? No, it's a triple, like a triple step up here. It's going to be tough to get that drive, so you're really going to have to focus on trying to get that drive out of the middle rut. I don't think you can make it on the inside on a 250. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Oh, a little bit of a lag. All right, we're loading the gate for the 3rd time. Junk is saying, is this run by Feld? Yeah, no, 100% it's run by Feld. Hey, shout out to Peach T, best commentators ever, hands down. Hey, I love you, brother. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. As we get ready to go racing for the 3rd time for Moto number 2. You know,
3rd time's a charm.
I'm sticking with my guns. I got the
We're
191.
going Kurt on this one.
We're going Kurt. He's going to have a good race. Revs are up. 15-second board is up. And it's down. The gate is... down for Moto 2. Who's going to be the first one to the first corner? A huge pile up. That's going to collect Ruts, Mango, Kurt. Oh no, unfortunate. But that hole shot is going to go to none other than CoDaddy on that privateer ride. Another hole shot for him. Senior Butters in second, Bliss in third, King, our Moto 1 winner, in fourth. Great start for him. We got LG Mud and Schooly on that 651 Motorsports. As he's going to go down, that's going to allow Dino to move into the 6th spot, I think. Not 100% sure here. Yeah, we've got, 3, 4, 5. Dino into 6. Mango into the 7th spot. Diego Jasso in 8th. Schooly into 9th. Ruts into 10th. Rico and Jimmy. Oh, that's going to allow Vo to go into the top 10. But hey, let's jump out front with... oh man, that's not what I wanted at all with free cam. Let's go to auto. Here we go, baby. CoDaddy out front early on. Great start for him. Butters not too far behind him. Ooh, a little bit of a change up. Who moved into the 2 spot? Oh, Bliss trying to get on track here. Who is behind him? LG Mud into the 2 spot. Hey, solid ride for him early on in this second moto.
Looks like King got a good start too. He's in third, 3 seconds off. Can't be mad. If he stays how he has been riding, I mean, that's gonna wrap it up for the day.
I mean, 100%. 100%. Like, this is gonna be a great moto for him. You know, we're like, none of these guys were close to the front as it sits right now. I'm pretty sure he gets the overall. CoDaddy out front, 3-second lead over LG Mud. King in third. Senior Butters in fourth. Dino rounding out the top 5. Hey, this is a great ride for Dino early on. Got out of that chaos early. We know he's got the speed. He's been solid during the week. Maybe get a little bit of a salvage here in this second, in this second moto. 100%.
Yeah, he's looking good. You know, it's gonna be tough to pass. Just focus on not making mistakes, ride your speed in the ruts, let other people try and pass you, and hopefully force mistakes out of them.
Oh man, there is a change for the lead. Gio's saying every time we mention somebody, they go down. Yeah, that's a commentator's curse. As LG Mud is going to take the lead, move just over 5.5 seconds out in front of CoDaddy in the 2 spot, who's got our Moto 1 winner in tow in third. King on that SSR, Swiftco, Areo, KTM. Hey, Butters, not too far behind him. Dino rounding out the top 5. Oh, excuse me. Bliss is going to round out the top 5 as Dino gets shuffled backwards into 6th. Trying to just get settled. Oh, man. Vode looking to make the pass. I think he's got a little bit of cuts here that's going to not allow him to make that pass just so soon. Man, if you're Dino, you got to hold on, buddy, because it's going to be a long one. We got 11 and a half minutes plus 2 laps left in this moto. And, man, the track is breaking down, Sean.
It's honestly breaking down a lot more than I figured it would have been for the start of the second moto. It's gonna be treacherous. I think these GP guys are gonna start coming alive here, and I think we've kind of seen that with everyone, like Ruts, Slow, Dino, all the guys who are really good at the GP stuff. They all are starting to shine when this track is starting to break down more.
LG Mud gonna make a mistake. That's gonna allow CoDaddy to close up the gap a little bit here as we head down these downhill rollers. Man, these guys are still electing to go outside, avoiding the first initial brake or acceleration bump for that triple step up over the Race Tech double. Heading back down. Oh yeah, CoDaddy has set his sights on the lead. He wants a moto win. He's got 2 hole shots on the day. Ooh, King gonna go off the track. That's gonna allow Senior Butters and Bliss to close the gap just a little bit more, as we got a battle for third here. Butters going to the outside. King's gonna bump him, getting to the Butters again. Oh no! A little bit of a racing incident. I don't think it was aggressive. Just, you know, it is how these tracks play out. Net code, what have you.
It is tough on, especially, like, this is the one place where it's my, like, perfect example. If you're on a 250, you're taking an outside line here, and someone messes up, you kind of have no choice but to bump them, like, hold it wide open, bump them, and try to minimize the damage and see if you can ride away from it, because you cannot afford to lose momentum on these tracks.
Absolutely not. Speaking of losing momentum, it looks like LG Mud has given up the lead to CoDaddy, as we're 9 minutes and 2 laps left to go. I mean, this guy's charging. You know, he got shuffled back in the first moto, so I don't know if overall hopes are really in play here. But, you know, a moto win's a moto win. He's definitely set his sights on that, and he's looking to charge and, you know, give a little bit of breathing room for himself, so potential mistake can happen as this track breaks down here in Hangtown.
It's just getting deeper and deeper here too, man. I'm
LG Mud,
honestly surprised.
LG Mud's gonna get a huge bounce and go off the track. That's gonna allow, looks like King to close the gap up even more, but with cuts, Senior Butters is running in third. Oh man. Oh. CoDaddy's still out front, but man, this is I mean, this is a 3-rider battle for the lead. Anything can happen here. King still putting on an absolutely outstanding performance. Another great start, holding on to a podium position, looking to secure an overall here. I think it's a 1-3 moto. That's definitely going to secure him the overall here, unless something tragic happens to him. Before Gio absolutely flames me in the comments, I'll switch off of him so he doesn't go down.
That might have been our first instance of pulling King up and not cursing him.
CoDaddy out front. 3.5 seconds between him and LG Mud as we head through these switchbacks. Oh, LG. Oh, man. Oh, man. I can't be quick enough. LG Mud's going to go off the track. That's going to allow King to take the 2 spot away from him. And that's just going to open up that gap even more for CoDaddy here. So we're just about halfway through for this this Moto 2 for the 250 amateur class. CoDaddy out front. King will be in. Oh, King's going to go down. Who is in third? LG Mud. LG Mud holding down the second spot. Must have been a collision there. Well, timing and scoring has him in second, but he is in third. Senior Butters on that RLD AEO Honda. The 812, our Moto 1 winner of King on that SSR Swiftco Arreo. Oh, he's going to go down. That's going to allow Bliss and Slow. Hey, solid ride for Slow. He's going to capitalize there. He's going to move himself up another position here into the 5 spot. Dino into the 6 spot. Bliss going to get shuffled back to 7th. Sleepy in the 8 spot. Vo retired. He's done.
Wow. He must be having a tough ride. Oh, and I see Dino's bike going flying in the rollers.
Oh no, unfortunate. That's gonna allow Diego Jasso to sit in the 9 spot, as Schoolie on that 651 Motorsports KTM. He's gonna move into the top 10. But out front, man, all eyes on this CoDaddy guy. Privateer, doing his own thing. Comes out, wins an AMS race. Well, yeah, and you know what, Sean? Oh man, I just can't.
We can't catch a break here.
Can't catch a break. Everybody's like, stop watching me. It's like, well, you know what? What do you want us to do? You want us to not watch the leader? Like, we're
just gonna aim at the dirt at this point.
Yeah, no shit, man. This is tough.
We'll just show commercials and talk over it.
Yeah, right. Like, I can't watch the race. But no, like, guys had 2 solid starts, got shuffled back in the first moto. But, you know, he's coming out here. He's got 5.5 seconds over Butters in second. King, who has been riddled with mistakes, holding off LG right now for that 3 spot. Slow in the 5 spot right behind him. And, like, this guy's been... I'm not ready to say dominating performance yet, because he has had mistakes, but he has opened up the gap significantly here to where, you know, you got 4 minutes, 45 seconds, and 2 laps to go. This track's breaking down. You got to just kind of lock into a pace. Don't worry about burning hot laps, you know. Just focus on consistency here. That's what it's going to take to win this race.
Yeah, man, this track does not look fun. I'm looking at some of these sharp edges and the ruts. I understand why Bo took the easy way out of this one. It's this track doesn't look very fun right now.
Oh, absolutely not. Oh man, just on the outside looking in, our points leader he's gonna get tangled up. He's gonna get shuffled back by a couple positions. A little bit of off-track excursion. Track re-entry wasn't that questionable. And Rut's sitting in that 10 spot. Where's our one to watch? 15th. Man, he's not too far behind. You know, if I'm Kurt, you got to put on the afterburners here. I know the track's rough. I know it's cupped out and it's kind of sketchy, but you gotta start moving forward. You got to start making passes, turn the afterburners on, get that aggression back in you, because time is running out. But yeah, out front, Kodaddy opened up a significant lead here. Butters in second. LG Mudd in third. Oh, Bliss getting shuffled back. Looks like King will take the 3 spot. There might be somebody in front of him. It's kind of hard to tell. I have no idea what's going on here. Butters. Oh, Butters has closed the gap on Kodaddy. We got a battle for the lead here, folks. Man, you know what, Sean? Like, here's one thing that I have said for a long time, especially in the amateur ranks. Don't follow, as Butters is going to make the pass up the rollers, going to go to the outside, not going to be able to secure that pass. Kodaddy taking the inside, allowing him to sneak up. He's going to shut the door here. Following side by side, up the inside. Not going to have enough. Oh, cross jumps him. Holds onto it. Butters off track. Oh, man. I don't know about that whip. Like, that's tough. But hey, they didn't go down. You know, we got 2 minutes left plus 2 laps, so.
Oh, another whip into Butters. Takes him right off the track.
You might be a little bit behind here, Sean.
Yeah, I'm watching your stream, so yep, I just saw what you called.
Oh, all right. No worries. Hey, I mean, Kodaddy has thwarted every single passing attempt for this lead by Butters. And he's trying. Guy's trying. Not gonna lie.
Looks like Dino and Slow have been attached to each other this whole race. They're just following each other right through the pack, it seems like.
And we got a battle for third between Sleepy on that TSC Husqvarna and LG Mudd on that Mudbone Racing KTM here. King will get shuffled back to 5th, unfortunately for him. Slow on that 223 Performance Racing in the 6th spot. Dino on that so-called Designs ride in the 7th spot. I mean, I'm not going to play favorites here, but I do have a little bit of a bias. I really want to see Dino make his way up to Slow and make that pass late in this moto. I think he can do it. Just got to wait for that opportunity, because we know how hard it is to pass on this track, Sean.
Yep, it's bide your time and wait for the right opportunity to do it. The track's really, really broken down. So you're hoping that opportunity is gonna present itself sooner than later.
Absolutely. As time is winding down, we're probably gonna have the two lap board come out here this time around for CoDaddy. I'm not gonna say a dominating performance. He's had challenges from Butters multiple times, but he's thwarted every attempt. Shifty being another great opportunity for Shifty on that 223, being a good lapper, especially on TV. Shout out to him.
He's by far one of the best lappers I've seen, and
Oh.
you know, I applaud the people that'll do that. You know, they're here to get better and not ruin anyone else's race.
Absolutely. But yeah, CoDaddy, I mean, whole shot, leading laps. I wouldn't say is a comfortable lead with only 3 seconds between the two. So you still have to be really consistent, but Butters showing up, you know, second, tried to make the pass. You know, maybe you got to hope for a mistake here. Sleepy, I mean, they have left these guys in the rear view here as LG Mud is going to move into that 3 spot. That's going to shuffle Sleepy back to 4th. Slow in the 5 spot. He's going to take King's position away from him. Maybe another mistake. Oh, actually, looks like Dino will take the 5 spot away. I mean, 2 laps to go. Dino, just keep her on 2, buddy. You got to keep her on 2. There might be some cuts to play in here. So maybe just put the afterburners on, try to stretch out a gap here. Maybe Slow and King get bottled up. A top 5 moto would really benefit him in points. Man, out front though, CoDaddy absolutely ripping. 4 seconds now between him and Butters. Solid ride. That's all it is. That's all it is, Sean. It's just a solid ride.
That's all you need sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta have a good ride. Don't need to set the world on fire.
I mean, I'm not going to try to do math here because I have absolutely no idea what this is going to look like. It looks like a lot of our, well, one of our, you know, our runner-up in the first moto, he's retired. But, hey, white flag's waving. Who is in the 2 spot now? K. Dunny. Okay, that's a lapper. So he's going to go a lap down. Oh, man. Oh, no. Is that going to be enough? Oh, it will be.
Right to his back tire.
Butters on the rear wheel. It's go time. We're going to stay locked in on this battle as CoDaddy has thrown away any sort of breathing room he could possibly ask for as Butters has closed the gap late. We have got 1 lap left to go. Butters going to make a little mistake out of that inside rut. He's going to really have to put on the afterburners here and try to make a pass. Maybe at least get to the rear wheel and force a mistake. And Butters is going to go down. Ah, you had your opportunity and you kind of blew it there, man. But hey, CoDaddy once again thwarted the pressure.
He's been riding smooth even with people running him down. You know, that's what I'd noticed there was right when Butters got to his rear wheel. You didn't see CoDaddy making any mistakes. He just went into the corner, did it how he needed to, and Butters made a small one, and that let CoDaddy get out of there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, we've got only a couple of corners left to go. I think it's all but in the record books with 5.5 seconds of a gap between him and Butters. Short of a mistake where he's going to go off track. Oh, man, it might come down. I don't think it's going to come down to cuts here, folks. Yeah, I think it's sealed up. CoDaddy going to win our second moto. Congratulations to him. Butters in the 2 spot. And rounding, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know who is in 3rd. LG Mud, but cuts are probably going to play a little bit of a spoiler here as Sleepy is going to take our podium away for the second moto. LG Mud just on the outside looking in. In the 5 spot, we've got a battle between King and Slow. Yeah, Dino's going to get shuffled back a little bit. It looks like Slow will take the 5th position away from our Moto 1 winner. King in 6th. A solid ride for Dino in 7th. It's going to put Schoolie in the 8th spot. Bliss in the 9th, or excuse me, Mango in the 7th spot. Dino gets shuffled back to 8th with Cuts. Bliss in the 9th spot. Schoolie in the 10th spot. And just on the outside looking in is going to be Jimmy on that East Coast Dirtbags Motorrad Kawasaki. Oh, absolute heartbreaker for King. I don't know if that's going to make a difference for overall, but hey, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll have podium interviews after this as soon as results are done, and we'll be right back.
Sorry for what's in the magazine. I know it wasn't fair on me, but I'm spitting ink onto their pages like blood on a broken teeth. I can see the yellow's all lit up in neon, just waiting for me. The limelight started burning.
The bigger the bag, the better the bitches. I know they click when we put on the switches. I want no bush, we smoking on switches. Switch, you be rolling, I also be pissing. Fucking a hoe to get her to do dishes. I don't be smiling, I don't do pictures. Don't do hugs, I don't do kisses. Fuck no hoe, I don't want no kids. Like a telescope, we looking at the stars. She's so damn fine and I'm so high, who you are. She's so damn bad, I done bought all the more. If it's double the money, it's double the size. Stash to them bitches that fuck for the night. Double the catches, they call us tonight. So makes you fucking no matter the size. Giving up keys, you giving up, please. To my drink, but I got your bitch all on her knees.
They know I'm a big boss, got a big boss in this bitch. They know I'm a big talker, have my big body and they shit. No, it's how me, bitch. R.I.P. Bitch, they die. Turn the light on my side. Bitch, how the lights off for you inside. Be taking these drugs for fun with bitch. We putting their ass on the tongue. Bitch, we taking a round. Bitch, I'm bringing my motherfucking gun. If the lights off, I'm outside. If the lights off, I'm outside. How the lights off, I'm outside.
To another flow.
Tell me where to go, what to do. Get it poppin', put it
Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Like a vest for your Jimmy in the city of sex. We in that sunshine state where the bomb ass him be. The state where you never find a dance floor empty and pimp speed. On a mission for them greens. Lean, mean, money making machines serving fiends. I've been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes. Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon, now it's 95 and they clock me and watch me diamond shining, looking like a Rob Liberace. It's all good from Diego to the Bay. You'll see
All right, we are back, folks. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get a hold of our overall winner, which would be our both hole shot winners, or our Moto 1 winner and second overall King. But we do have our third place overall, and that is going to go to none other than Senior Butters. Sean, take it away down on the podium with Butters.
What's going on, man? Congrats, dog. That you had a great race. That looked like a not fun track from up here.
That was tough. I just did that Hangtown for an ERL race on a 450, and man, riding this track on a 250 was so hard.
Oh, I bet. It seems like from my experience on this track, it's just like hold it wide open, screw everyone else basically is what it seems like.
Yeah, trying to ride clean, but also still trying to hit the fast lines was a challenge for sure. But I like to ride clean, so I was trying to make way.
Yeah, man, that's how I like to be, and this is probably the hardest track to stay clean on, I think I've found. But you definitely found out how to do that a lot better than probably I would have been, but but yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you looked really good. Like really good out there, really consistent.
Thank you.
Keeping your speed. I think that's really what you need to have here.
Yeah.
How bad was that getting second moto with some of those lines? I was looking, they were getting pretty deep, it seemed.
Honestly, some of them were really great. The one for the uphill rollers, that one was really hard. But aside from that, I actually liked the E-road. I thought the ruts came in pretty well.
It actually, that's the one thing I have noticed about this track is the E-road will help some of those corners just being able to hit it faster and stuff, which is pretty cool. You don't see that too often, but yeah, that corner before the uphill rollers looked like it was a flat edge by the end of that.
Yeah, that and the uphill triple, man, I could not hit that on the Honda. You guys were scrubbing it in front of me. I'm like, fuck, I can't even hit it on the Honda.
Hey, well, you had Josh rooting for you in chat. He wanted to see the old Honda do good.
Let's go.
Well, man, I gotta say, congrats, dude. Anyone you want to thank?
Thank you again. Yeah, I want to thank, so new team. We used to be SSRX BTR. We transitioned to Rev Limit Designs, or RLD, and we picked up a sponsorship from AEO, so we got suspension setups. Huge shout out to them and Portman over there. So we are looking for riders too. We're looking for about 1 or 2 more riders. If anyone listening that's interested, man, hit me up. We're looking for some riders.
All right, man. Congrats, dog. Great run. Looking to see you next week.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, guys. This was fun.
Catch you, man.
Bye.
All right. Well, man, Sean. All right. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Man, that's gonna do it. That's going to do it for round 5 of the Coast to Coast Amateur Outdoor Championship presented by East Coast Dirtbags. I am Dylan, or excuse me, East Coast Dirtbags and MXB Factory. I'm Dylan Carlson alongside Sean Hardy. Wow, man. An incredible round of racing. So much fun to call, so much fun to watch. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you to everybody that showed up in chat tonight. Honestly, it's always fun to see what you guys have to say. I always enjoy it so much. Hey, we head across the pond next week, Sean.
I'm excited for some GP racing, you know that.
Absolutely. We got 2 rounds of GP, and then we're going to round out our championship with another AMA track. You know, start the way you finish, and I can only imagine that's going to be a tough one. So, you know, late in the series, man, it's going to be tough. Like, you have to be really consistent, and now we're getting down into title contention stuff. Like, points are valuable at this point. You're not going to have a whole lot of time to make up those points. So, man, it's going to be tough. But I'm so excited to call the racing with you guys. Again, thank you so much for hanging out in chat, everybody else. Again, this is the Coast to Coast Racing League Amateur Outdoor Championship presented by East Coast Dirtbags and MXB Factory. I'm Dylan Carlson alongside Sean Hardy. That's going to do it for us tonight. We will catch you all next week. So, have a good one.